Hi guys, welcome to week 2 of Comp 1. Good start last week. I'm hoping that after kind of being in the class for a week and a half and poking around in the forums and kind of getting the ball rolling, you're feeling more comfortable and more at ease in the online course. But of course, if you ever have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to email me. Oftentimes, students who do so point something out to me that I need to make clearer or I need to fix, and I really appreciate that. So this coming week, week 2, you won't have a traditional reading discussion forum. You have 2 reading assignments, um, which are both pretty good examples of the kind of writing that you'll be doing this week. But you'll respond to those in your journal, but you don't need to respond to those in a formal forum. This week our concentration is going to be on writing your first essay, which is a descriptive narrative. I've included a handout and a PowerPoint, 2 PowerPoints about that kind of writing. Descriptive writing, it's very, very important as you write to always show and not tell. Instead of saying, I ate breakfast this morning, say, I had, a delicious piece of whole grain toast with peanut butter on it. That's kind of boring too, and you're probably not going to write that in your essay, but always show, don't tell. And the handout and the resources kind of give you some better examples of that and ways of writing that really exemplify good descriptive writing. Um, and that kind of writing will serve you really any kind of writing that you ever do. You want to be descriptive and clear. Narrative writing is storytelling, and we as humans are natural storytellers. We've been doing it for as long as we have existed, and if you think about that for a moment, it makes sense. We convey our experiences. People like hearing about other people's experiences, and we especially like when others' experiences, or we can give our own experiences meaning, making the ordinary extraordinary. So what you'll be doing with this first essay is taking a moment, an experience from your life, and turning it into a descriptive narrative. And you'll notice on the assignment sheet you have 3 general prompts that you can choose from. There's a lot of flexibility here, but you do need to kind of choose one of those directions to take your essay. And you need to be sure to have a narrative point. And a narrative point is kind of like the thesis of a narrative. You, I'm sure, have heard someone tell a long, drawn out story before and thought to yourself, what was the point in that? And you never want to let your reader have that response of, well, what was the point? Like, I got nothing from that. So be sure to infuse your essay with meaning. You don't need to come right out and say it. I learned from this experience that I was a brave person. No, you don't need to do that. Show it throughout the essay. Make your reader understand by writing well and writing descriptively. Oftentimes, the most common correction I'll make on student narratives is to scratch the introduction and jump right into the action, because I think we've been kind of trained to write a somewhat vague introduction, kind of laying out the map of our essay. And as we become better and stronger writers, we don't really need to do that. You can just jump right in, grab your reader. You have 1 or 2 sentences to grab your reader and make them want to stay. So make that count in this essay and all essays. For this essay, you can use first person point of view, which is I, me, you are telling your story. Always avoid using the word you. It just, again, almost always, there are exceptions to the rule, but it just kind of cheapens your writing, because if you say, have you ever wondered, or have you ever had an experience, that pulls the reader in a weird way and gives them the opportunity to say nope and walk away. So make it immediate. For this essay, use first person point of view, and again, give your experience meaning. For this essay, this is the only really personal essay that we'll write this semester. If there are details that you would rather not put in a peer review forum, you can leave them out for the peer review and then just include them in your final draft that just I will read. As long as you're not admitting that you like killed somebody, it will just be between you and me. So the peer review forum, the forum this week, instead of responding to readings, you'll be responding to your peers' first drafts of their essay. So by Sunday at midnight, you need to start a discussion topic in the discussion forum and copy and paste the text of your essay into that post. So when you click on a student's post, I should be able to immediately read the text of your essay. So by Sunday night, there should be, 20 individual posts of people's essays, and your job by Wednesday at noon is to respond to 3 of your peers. And I've given you some guiding questions in that peer review forum to respond to. And then your final draft is due as a Word document uploaded at the link that is dedicated to the final draft by Friday, June 21st at noon. So you'll have about 48 hours to make your revisions and turn in the final draft. So kind of plan accordingly this week. And week 3 will start next Wednesday, so you'll still kind of be working on that essay from week 2, but I wanted to give you kind of that extra time to bleed over into week 3. So just, again, plan accordingly. Be working on that first draft quickly, getting it up in the discussion forum. By Sunday at midnight, respond to 3 of your peers' essays by Wednesday at noon, and then by Friday at noon, turn in a revised draft at the link for the final draft as a Word document. So hopefully that makes sense. We'll kind of follow this pattern for a few of our essays, but that's kind of what this looks like for this upcoming week. So again, you have a couple of readings that both kind of exemplify descriptive narrative. From last week, The Graduation by Maya Angelou is a perfect example of a descriptive narrative. You probably noticed her use of description, how vivid she made these details, but gave them meaning and gave her story a larger meaning than this is just something that happened to me. It's something that resonates with people kind of throughout time. So read those, respond to them in your journal, but go over all of the resources about writing a descriptive narrative and writing well in general, and post your first draft to the forum by Sunday at midnight. Respond to 3 peers by noon on Wednesday, and then turn in your final draft by noon on Friday. Again, just kind of be patient. I know this seems like a lot, and remind yourself that this is an accelerated course. You're getting 16 weeks in 8 weeks' time. So if things seem quick, that's why. In terms of grading, and I put this on the top of the Moodle page, but if they're on a quiz, if there are any questions that you have to answer, like an essay or a short answer, I need to manually grade those. So until I do that, your grade won't reflect your full grade. And the Moodle grade book is similar. So if you go to check your grades and you notice that you have a 20% or a 0 or something, and you've turned things in, until I actually enter grades and assignments are completed, that's when you can kind of tell what your actual grade is. So just kind of gauge that appropriately. And the grading from the first couple of weeks, I should be all caught up by Thursday afternoon. But again, just let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I'll look forward to reading your writing this week. And I will also take part in the peer review forum and post my comments on your essays as well. So watch out for those. Think about writing as a process. It can always be made better. And I will see you in the forums. Have a good one.